Hi, I'm Zoe Baracano. Alan Bullis. We're here to talk about the changes that we've done on the house. We decided to get an energy audit to find out what the state of the house was in terms of energy efficiency and how we could make improvements. So we called Vermont Works for Women, and that was actually how we met Alan. My husband and I keep our costs down by bringing in interns and also training us on things that we were not familiar with.
We got some insulation board. Now most insulation boards you can't leave exposed. This is a Thermax product that you can leave exposed. So this is kind of our typical with poured foundation, because you get 80% of your heat loss through the top 20% of your wall. So it's most cost effective to just do half of it and get like probably 80% of the energy savings of doing the whole wall. So as most jobs are on a budget, so we tried to do everything as reasonably as we could. The little feature we have is just have a window in the summer and kiss it goodbye in the winter. So it's pretty neat. Because the blue board we can't leave exposed, we had to cover it with this Thermax so we can leave exposed because of the fire and smoke spread. But this blue board was left over from the Aiken project up at UVM that with scraps and pieces, and we fit them together, kind of like a jigsaw puzzle, but this would have gone in a dumpster, and instead we used it here. We used it on several jobs. It's like, for $200, I got a lot of foam board. But we converted this burner to natural gas. So this oil system is unfortunately, or the heating system is not a very efficient means of heating hot water. It's a direct fired unit where as soon as they turn on hot water, it goes through the boiler, it comes out, so all summer long it has to maintain its temperature.
So rather than buying an entire new heating system for $12,000 or $15,000, we got a burner for free from Vermont Gas. It's $18 a month rental.
Okay, so we made the choice to purchase secondhand wood at Resource.
And it saves embedded energy, because you may not think of it as saving energy by reusing materials, but to create materials, even though this is a natural resource, it has to be cut, brought to the mill, milled, transported, and like you said, it came from just less than a mile away versus this might have come from Oregon. So we saved that truckload all the way across the country.
The ASPCA had donated it or sold it. I'm not sure how that works, and so we put it in here and re-sanded it, and so instead of paying a high price to ship something in from far away, we added on a little bit of cost on the labor side, but it went then instead to local people and interns, and we all had a hand in sanding the floors and learned a lot from it. It was pretty great, so I'm happy with how it turned out. Yeah. So when we first started winter this year, we were using the fireplace. The efficiency could range into the negative numbers using a fireplace alone. So we got this wood stove through Craigslist. This particular stove you can use as a kind of like a fireplace too, because this just pops in here. You can still look at the fire, or you can just look through the glass. So we didn't feel like we were giving anything up. So this attic is a big open space, and it has the potential to be made into something. And although we didn't have the budget to make it into an additional official room at this point, we wanted to have that in mind when we made our decision. We could have put up the insulation. The least expensive option would have been to just put the insulation on the floor, but we wanted to do the ceiling instead.
Whenever I look at a building, you got to define the thermal envelope. And with your exterior walls, it's pretty obvious. That's your thermal envelope, your boundary between heated and unheated. But up here, it's like, okay, where is our thermal envelope? Well, they wanted to use the space, so we put it right in line with the roof rafters. So we went this route. This again is the foil that's allowed to be left exposed, so it meets health and safety or fire codes. And what we did is we put it up, strapped it, and then you look at the holes where we made it at the top, and we inserted a tube down in and dense packed it with cellulose. Another thing we did, we kind of boxed around the chimney. If you can see, there's some metal up tight against the chimney to meet fire code, keep combustibles 2 inches away. So we framed a box 2 inches out, sheetrocked it, wrapped it with fiberglass, and then blew the whole area with cellulose. So it's kind of encapsulated. Summer, you were 3,000 CFM at 50 pascals as tested with the blower door, and We did a pretty good job because we cut it in half and we expanded how much room you have, because that before did not include the attic, and now your attic's part of your living space. Or it's part of the thermal envelope, so we increased the area and cut air leakage in half.